The playoff game in January, did that?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Cam's going to run the option right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now on 2nd and 13. Newton buying time to his left. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Great. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Newton now to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Check, walk 54, walk 54.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. I got him.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, 18. Go.
5-9. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
Let's go.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 46 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Watch it.
Hey, 18.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
9 yards. First down, Bears.
Get up! 180! 54! I got one!
First down, and they'll try to run the option left. Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Let's go!
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's been a long day.
20.
Check 4.
Out of the gun, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, 69 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
Let's go.
So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Let's go now. 50, plant. 54.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Newton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Newton now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing to start the drive. Montgomery completes it to Aguilar. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike, check, 59.
A final shot before break. Montgomery, he's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Check 50.
From the 27, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively, nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
54.
Let's go.
From the gun, Montgomery finding Gabriel, complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. An 18-yard touchdown grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick, rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it.
Let's see what you got.
This time, not the case.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Set. 60 yards.
Defense wins championships, baby. Undercut.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. 54.
Here we go, team. Here I come.
Hey, right side.
On third down, Montgomery. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. O'Donnell, he's on the punt as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Newton now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10. Now Cam, option left, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Hey, 180, 20.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Khalil Mack just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
20. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. What are you? 8.
Newton. And Thomas has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. McCaffrey on the toss right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Check.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And an alley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. It's caught by Aguilar. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Bears first down.
Ready. Send Lobo.
Switch. Patch it.
First down, a run with Cohen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Focus, defense, focus.
Looking to throw on second down. Montgomery over the middle, complete. That's Hall. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. On third down, a run with Cohen. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
On second and 9, Newton, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, D.
Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
Now Newton. Now he's flushed out right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Ready? Ready? 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Newton to throw. Flush to it, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Hey!
Alert 3. Shift. Switch.
I get it.
Now it's Newton. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 20, and he's gonna score. It's a touchdown. No flags, and in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.